everyone. Welcome back. We took a little break. I'm here now with Eddie. You guys probably didn't see that coming, did you? Eddie?
Surprise!
Yep. We shipped him back from Seattle. You got stuck in Seattle the whole time in customs.
I was.
We finally got you cleared through to come to the new country of Texas.
Yes. I just jumped from Washington to Texas in one fell swoop.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You set a lot of world records. So we are going to be talking about the Alienware 15 and the Alienware 17. We did do this at PAX, but now we're going to do both systems at the same time.
That's right.
But, Eddie, so one thing that we do with guests is we allow them to participate in Bean Boozled.
Okay.
Bean Boozled essentially is a torturous game where you get to pick, you get one random bean, and it could be any of these flavors, okay? And I'm going to read to you what might be good, right? So there's Tutti Frutti, there's lime, blueberry, there's buttered popcorn, which I guess could be good, but you know.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, there's peach, chocolate pudding.
Easy.
Caramel corn, juicy pear, coconut, or licorice. Or it could be stinky socks, lawn clippings, rotten egg, toothpaste, barf, canned dog food, booger, moldy cheese, baby wipes, or skunk spray.
Some of those might make me throw up.
Oh, don't worry, I almost did.
Okay.
And I ate how many, Anna? I think I did like 5 or something like that. Yeah. So we're just gonna shake it up. You're gonna open your hand.
So how do we know that?
Well, we're gonna look at the color and we're gonna see which one you get.
So you can identify it by looking at the color.
Because see, some of them are the same design. Okay. So if you get this one, it could be barf or peach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's
no big deal.
Open up your hand.
I've always wanted to have a barf flavored jelly bean. Oh wow. Okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Hey, where are you going? Where are you going?
Right into your butt.
Woo!
There we go.
So what?
These aren't gonna
it's
go
like
back
we're doing
in
2 and 2. Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna do 2 and 2.
No, we're gonna.
These are both mine. So you're not having any?
You can pick one of those.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you what flavors they.
I'm going to pick the pink one.
Okay.
Seems more.
Give me that dark
gentle.
one.
No.
We'll put the dark one back in here. All right. So this pink one. Is it even on here? Yeah.
It's got like yellow spots.
It could be Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks is what I think this could be. Oh, cool. Thank you.
Hey.
So, if you want to go for it.
All right, man. Here we go.
Yeah.
One jelly bean.
What do you think it is? Is it bad or is it good?
It's not good.
It's not good?
No.
It's Stinky Socks then. You got Stinky Socks, Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the worst. The worst one's a canned dog food. That is by far the most disgusting thing. If you want, you can go ahead and have your drink. Don't worry about brand showing up. You can drink your Starbucks.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm strong. Good? I feel strong.
Okay. I'm just going to leave this off screen up here. Oh.
Maybe we'll get another one in a little while.
You don't have to be a champion.
It wasn't that
intense for you?
It wasn't that intense for me. Okay. I was expecting worse.
Yeah, they can be worse.
It did give me that initial
Yeah, but then after a while it's just kind of like
It reminded me of that pig face that we ate
we were just talking about that.
You were talking about it?
Yeah, the pig face and the duck heart. Did you eat the duck heart?
I ate duck heart also.
I ate duck heart.
Yeah. It was not a pretty sight that night, I have to say.
Yeah. But that corn was really good.
It was amazing.
And that squash?
I love it.
Yeah, those things were good.
Corn is always good, I think.
No, but that corn was exceptional.
It was.
It was exceptional, I have to say. Mwah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So,
I'm having a fun time getting the jelly beans out of my teeth.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about this stuff until you get that all out of you because, like, as you're talking, you're going to keep... So, like, the 15's 15-inch... like, you're going to, like... You know what I mean?
All right. One more. Got it. Okay.
There.
Let's do this.
You're good.
I am. I'm really good.
Okay.
All right.
So...
This is nothing. Give me another. That's right. We'll get another one in a little while.
Okay. At the end.
At the end.
It'll be like...
At the end.
It'll be like...
Or maybe, because now I'm excited, so now I actually want to try more, so maybe maybe we'll do like one system.
You could eat the ones that fell in your butt.
I could. That'll even make it even more worthwhile.
Yeah,
better story.
It's like, oh, this tastes a little bit like my butt, which I'm okay with.
It has butt flavor and whatever the surprise flavor is as well.
Duck vomit or something. That's not one of them. That's not one of them.
That's intense.
So let's talk about them one at a time because each product is vastly different. It's not just a 2-inch difference between monitor size or chassis size.
Nope.
There is a difference between the 15 and 17. Our previous generation, not that big of a difference between them. You know, it was mostly LCD size. They had the same graphics cards.
Yeah.
They had different keyboards.
They did.
We had the numpad option on the 17. But for the most part, our past generations, the 15, 17 have been pretty comparable in regards to power and all that stuff. But not this generation.
No,
not this generation.
At all.
There is.
We went a little further.
Yeah, not a little bit. We went pretty further.
We did a lot of things differently, and that that spans across the whole new portfolio. So eventually we'll be talking about the 13-inch. Yeah. But you'll see a lot of these awesome revolutions happen across the whole portfolio.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
All the systems are, I mean, we don't have the 13 with us right now because the 13's still getting its makeup done.
Yep.
But, you know, all three of them, totally different stories across all three systems.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And we're really excited about just the way that they feel, the way that they look. The elegance and the refinement from a design perspective has really come a long way, and you'll see that when you check out the lights. So the Alien Effects lighting, you'll notice, has changed dramatically. So now we have these beams that run across both sides of the notebook, and when it's turned on, it's actually really, really cool. Where we didn't have that before. So in the previous generation, we had Alien Effects lighting along the front and along the LCD cover, which is definitely cool. But we've really done a good job at making the lights brighter, more uniform across the whole pipe.
Yeah.
And it's just much more stunning. So visually speaking, just incredible.
If people saw pictures of PAX East, PAX West, the lighting was really good across all the systems that were there for people to view. Like, you could see them from a distance. They were very bright and vibrant.
You really could. You really could. And, you know, it's not just the lights, but we've done a few changes as well from a visual perspective that you might notice. So you guys are going to start seeing our new Alienware logo just show up in many different places. Actually, Alienware.com today has changed its whole look and feel.
Look. Bernard did post in there, like, guys, take a look at the website.
Yeah,
it's changed.
For sure. So there's a lot of different things that are really cool. And, you know, what's really cool about the new site is that you could easily navigate in it, whether you're on a notebook or a mobile phone or even a tablet. So regardless of what resolution you're on, you'll be able to navigate the site and read all the content. But anyway, back to the notebook. So you'll find the new Alienware logo, which is, you know, a much more refined logo than we've had in the past, but still keeping its a very modern, a very sophisticated look and feel, which I think matches with the industrial design that we've brought to the market with these new notebooks. So these new notebooks are actually all going to be VR ready.
Yeah.
They're all going to be ready for VR out of the box. They introduce the Nvidia 10 series graphics.
Yep.
Which is incredible. We also have some AMD options, right? We have the RX 470 graphics card. And all these graphics cards are going to run on these machines at their full potential. And that's thanks to the incredible thermal module that we built for these notebooks.
I have to say, so I took a 17 home yesterday, the new 17, to load up some games and work out some stuff on it, because it was an engineering sample. But normally when I'm doing that stuff, when I'm doing like quick things, putting it down to charge and stuff, I do it on my lap right here. And I could feel the cooling from the bottom. Yeah. And I could feel the hot air coming out from the back and the sides instead. Which normally when I'm using our notebooks and stuff, like I use the current generation 15, it gets hot on my lap because, you know, I'm quickly editing something to put it up. But I feel that heat. But on these systems, I didn't really feel it.
Yeah, I actually use well, it's previous generation, current generation, the previous Skylake based notebook. And, you know, I was looking at it, and we only have 3 vents on those systems. Yeah. The new generation notebooks actually have 5 vents. So there's 2 along the back, 2 along the sides, and then 1 on the bottom. So that's five total vents. And if you compare the size of the fans, The fans on the new generation notebooks are much larger.
Much larger. Actually, you
So,
have
yeah.
the example right there.
For sure. So I brought this thermal module from our engineering lab, and it shows exactly what is behind the magic of what enables our notebooks with all the performance that we can muster, right? So these fans are much larger in diameter than our previous generation notebook. You'll notice that there's copper along this whole surface, and then there's copper plates, copper pipes that run through the plate that would cool your processor and your graphics card. So that whole thing is what keeps the whole system within the right range of temperatures.
Yeah.
Right. So actually, this unit is an early sample. The production samples will have these surfaces painted in black. So although you see copper right now, if you order a system, when you get it and it gets shipped to you, these are actually painted black. And that was just an aesthetic choice. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I wanted you guys to see how much copper we use in the whole system, which is pretty impressive. Yep.
Yeah, when you look at older heat sinks and stuff like that people use in the thermal solutions, they do use copper, but not to the extent of this.
Yeah.
Like, we use a lot of copper for the new heat sink.
Yep.
I've already seen a lot of the thermal testing for this, and it's top notch for this generation specifically.
Yeah, even the fins. The fins have copper laid throughout them, and there's a ton of them. I wish I would have counted them actually, so that I could tell you guys how many fins there are. But lots of material here on both sides, and that's so that we can, make sure that we have the heat under control across the whole system, versus having the heat, just in one isolated location.
Yeah.
Right. So the heat is always being monitored on the CPU and on the graphics card. And that becomes really important when we talk about dynamic overclocking with the K-series processor. So if you get a K-series Intel Core i processor, we use a technology that we actually have a patent pending on, called dynamic overclocking. And what it does is it checks out the temperature of the CPU and the GPU, and so long as those temperatures are within a certain range, the system will automatically feed more voltage and more wattage to those parts to make sure you have optimal performance all the time, right? If the temperatures go too high, then naturally, it has a fail-safe system where it'll slow down, it'll stop the overclock from going too high, so it protects your unit. But that's all built into this design, and the entire notebook is designed around this piece. Because when we from the onset, right, when we knew that we wanted to achieve, high-end graphics power, and what I'm talking about is, on the 17-inch platform, we'll be able to support the GeForce 1080 graphics card. And with that card, we had to plan for up to 180 watts of graphics.
Which is a lot out of a graphics
That's
card.
a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, the previous generation 17 was spec'd for up to 100 watts.
Yeah.
So we've planned this around an additional 80 watts dedicated to graphics, and then still be able to support full power processors and overclocking. Oh, there's some questions?
No, just people saying this channel is on the top Xbox channels. Come on, Twitch. And Tech Shop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tech shop.
Cool. So I'm trying to hold this so that the camera can let you guys see at home.
Yeah, it's a huge heat sink.
It's shiny, yeah.
It is a huge heat sink.
It's like almost as wide.
And it's crazy, the 1080. I mean, for a couple years now, graphics cards have been trying to use lower wattage on mobile, but I think trying to bridge the gap of desktop and notebook performance, Nvidia's like, this is pretty much what we have to do.
Yeah.
This is what has to happen. And a lot of manufacturers, they had to redesign around that.
Yep.
And that's part of the reason for the forward-facing hinge or the back. What?
The hinge forward design, yeah.
Hinge forward design, yeah. So this heatsink is huge. I've opened up, God, I don't know, thousands of systems. This is like the largest heatsink I've seen for a mobile device.
Yeah, it's really big, and I was talking to the engineers, actually the systems architect earlier today.
Yeah.
And he was talking to me about how with this generation notebook they did the most incredible job that they have ever attempted as far as not wasting any space inside the notebook.
Yeah.
So if you were to take apart one of these machines, you'll notice that they took advantage of every little crevice to make sure that it is as optimized as possible
Yeah.
for its volume. So it's a very solid feeling notebook because it's full. There's barely any air in there, right?
Yeah.
So that was pretty impressive to me. And then when we were talking about the motherboard, and this is actually the motherboard for the Alienware 17. It's got a funny shape, but that's just because we had to make sure that we could reach the ports along the back. Sorry, this is the back, right? This part here is the back. Along the back, as far as the ports on the sides. So that was very, very important. But they made sure that when they actually drew out these circuits, that they were going to be able to take advantage of all the space in the notebook without hurting performance, and also being able to make the notebooks as thin as possible. So actually, all of our new notebooks are thinner than any of our previous notebooks.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, didn't you post something
yep,
recently?
because people were saying that there's no way it's thinner than the M11X. M11X is an 11-inch notebook.
Yeah.
It was very thin, very popular.
For sure.
So showed off the 13, which people didn't really have a chance to look at outside of it being on the wall at PAX West. Gave them a shot to take a look at the 13.
And that's cool because you're getting a bigger screen size and it's still thinner.
It's still thinner.
Right, so we had an 11-inch a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
Now we have a 13-inch, and it's going to be thinner than what that 11-inch was like.
Yeah.
And way more powerful. So
way more powerful.
That's really cool.
I think the highest the M11X went up to was the 560. I think it was the 560.
I'll be honest with you, I can't remember because that
was
was
a
such a long time ago.
I know.
I know that we went all the way to, we did go to Core I processors long ago, but that was the last generation.
Meowlander, I don't know why 50 Cent's wearing a Pokemon hat. Leonard needed somewhere to put a hat. 50 Cent seemed like the right place.
I have nothing to do with that. Nope.
That's just his gang. He's Team Mystic. Not Team Mystic, Team Instinct. That's my team. So those are the inside and stuff, but what is...
We had a question there. Said, oh, hey, talk about the GPU. Okay.
But which GPU? The 1080, 1070, the AMD 470?
Yeah. We can talk about all of them if you want. So we will offer the GTX 1060, the 1070, and the 1080 on the 17. And then there's also going to be the AMD RX 470. All of those are going to be on the 17. On the 15...
Anna, can I wear this?
On the 15, you will be able to get the 1060, 1070, and 470. So no 1080 on the 15-inch notebook. Did you guys want to hear more about the graphics cards?
There's about a 20 to 30-second delay, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what is the weight for the new laptops? The 17 is...
Ooh, I don't have that memorized.
Yeah, I don't have
but
it
I have it
memorized.
like...
I think it was like 9 pounds?
I could look it up right now. If you guys, if we want to, I could go dig up my notebook.
I mean, they're going to figure it out
Yeah.
soon. We're almost at September 30th.
For sure, for sure. So by next week, we should have that stuff online.
Yeah.
To check out. But if you guys want to bug Umar about it after the stream, I'll get on that data and it'll be like incredibly fast.
That's what my Twitter's for.
Yeah.
My Twitter's
Or
for
actually,
answers, and then they tag me, and if I don't answer, then they tag Frank, and then I have to.
Or actually, if you guys want to check out more details around the 17-inch, you could go to Alienware Arena, and we have what we call product experience pages, and you could actually read up.
15 and 17.
Yeah,
right?
you could read up. There's one for the 17.
One for the 17.
You could read up on all the most critical features of the 17. So if you go to alienwarearena.com/experience17, it'll take you to a page that you could read all about many of the features. And in there we have dimensions as well.
Yeah.
So there's some detail out there already.
Let me actually switch out this 15 here, because we were talking about the new logo, and this one's not ID accurate because it's an older one.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think this one's ID accurate. It's in a box.
Cool.
Remember, we get a lot of engineering samples and stuff like that, so we have things that are very pre-production here. Where's the opening?
Yeah, we see, it's kind of like drafts, right? You see multiple drafts of the product before we get to final. Along the way, we have at least, I mean, my team sees at least 3 different drafts before we get to final.
It even has that new computer smell.
Yeah.
Smell it, bro. Get high off of that.
It does have a new computer
Yeah,
smell.
I love the new computer smell.
That's awesome. It really does. Oh, and this reminds me, just looking at it, reminds me. So this new gen also introduces a new finish. So we actually incorporated a new formula in the paint job that we use on this surface, where this surface in order for you to get your fingerprints on it, you're gonna have to have incredibly like greasy, dirty fingers.
Yeah, and we tried. We
Yeah.
tried to make it dirty.
Yeah. It's not easy.
It's
so
difficult, yeah.
So they improved the formula so that it's harder to get that fingerprint smudge that
Yeah.
you see in a lot of notebooks. And since this one's brand new, it feels like it's accentuated or somehow, right?
Dude,
it looks like it's
it's-
like bling.
I love it. It's super bright.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
I
talking
think this
about
is
it.
as close as you're gonna get to the first day you own your Alienware 15
Yeah.
without owning one.
It's
like,
pretty
look how
neat.
freaking. I wish we had smell-o-vision, so they could
Yeah,
smell
right.
the new computer smell because it's freaking intoxicating.
It
Love
is
it.
pretty neat. One of the graphics engineers upstairs was talking about the new hinge forward concept, and they were like, "Man, we love it, man. It looks like it has afterburners
Yeah.
towards the back of the system,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat." And that's exactly what we did, right? So by moving this hinge forward instead of having it on the actual rear edge, it allowed us to move a lot of that thermal. So actually, this is the best way to show it on camera, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is fine too. No. So we actually pulled a lot. All of this right here is part of that. Is part of the rear of. Let me see. No, I have it backwards.
Rear.
Yeah.
I'll hold it.
It would be
Yeah.
like this, right? So.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah, it would be like this. So this part's in there. So we moved a lot of the thermal material or a lot of that copper towards the back of the machine. So what ends up happening is.
Your mic fell off. Yeah. Just clip it on there.
Okay.
There you go.
So by moving that, we actually took a lot of the thermal material out and towards the back of the system, and that allowed us to shrink the Z height of the actual notebook. So that's part of the benefit of having that hinge forward design. But it wasn't just thinness. Like there are a lot of really cool benefits. So the fact that we took that thermal material out, we got the bigger fans. And the fans actually spin more slowly since they're larger, they have a larger diameter. They don't have to spin so fast to move the same amount of air, right? Which is pretty cool because then when you're gaming, you're not gonna hear a big whir or something.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
So from a thermal perspective, it's also a little easier on the ears, right? Which is kind of neat. And then also we didn't get, if you look at it sideways, the width is actually a little bigger. And that's actually creating a larger space or a larger cabinet inside the machine. And that actually resulted in better audio from the speakers that we have inside. So once you get these systems and you check out their speakers, they're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
For laptop speakers, right? I mean, they're not, home theater speakers, but the quality and the loudness, is pretty awesome. So we got that audio benefit, we got the performance benefit because, beforehand you couldn't. Well, this is the 15, but on the 17 you couldn't get 180 watts of graphics power. So this whole setup and designing the thermal module like that has given us all these different benefits, and even the ports, right? So we've moved most of the ports that you never use towards the back, right? So we call that desktop mode. So
Yeah.
a lot of these ports, you're not really. Oh,
You dropped it again. It's okay, man.
okay, man.
It
I am
happens.
failing at the mic.
The mic's failing you. It can't
That's
handle
what it
your
is.
intensity. Yeah.
It's like
You
this
need to get
is-
some
it's way
Eddy
too much.
prepared mics that are ready for his.
Hold up.
I was about to help you like a big brother would.
Thanks,
Go
man.
in there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know you would.
So, where was I?
You were talking about the
Is it
the
time-
desktop mode kind of.
Maybe it's time for
changes
another
that-
jelly bean.
You want another jelly bean? I figured
Yeah.
that would be your reward for
I get
finishing
this.
it.
This one was.
Well, before you eat it, let's answer some questions real quick. So people were wondering what is the average battery life on the 15 and 17. Do we have that information?
We should have it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our buddy in the lab down in Miami,
Yeah.
is working that out. So stay tuned. We'll have some numbers soon.
Yeah, because we're trying to get some true case numbers for
Yeah.
you. They're wondering what are the temps of the GPU and gaming. I think it was like around 60 degrees or high 50s or something like that. I
Yeah.
think is where it was.
You know, I don't actually commit that to memory either because we don't have like a de facto
Yeah.
this game, right? Like every game is going to tax your cards differently.
Yeah.
Every game's gonna tax your system differently and even at different times. So I mean,
Yeah.
this is our most advanced thermal module in any notebook we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So you should expect better than you've had in the previous gen,
Yeah.
right? Or better or equal to, right? That's the rule when we develop these new systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jelly bean.
Jelly bean. Okay.
That could be baby
white one.
wipes or
I don't know.
I don't know what the other thing is.
Mysterious white jelly bean. This one's good. I think it's coconut.
Yeah, that's the other white flavor.
Yes.
There you
I
go.
got a good one.
So you just got to be careful of that orange one later.
Release date. Are we ready to give that information?
You're the go-to-marketing dude. I've known the information for a while. I just tell people I don't know. But price range is normally, what I've been telling people, price range is normally we keep it the same price as our previous generation. So the 15, I would assume, would start at 1,200 or...
Well,
what?
eventually we'll get to those prices. Right now, we're looking at a $1349
Okay.
for the 15-inch
Okay.
and a $1499
That's still not bad for the 17
for the
entry
17-inch.
level.
Yeah,
That is not bad for the 17 at all.
yeah. And they're asking
This
this
year?
year? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
oh,
this
yeah.
year.
How about this month?
Yeah, well, we
Yep.
said September 30th.
We did say September 30th
We did say
at PAX.
September 30th at PAX. At PAX, we said that.
Put my name down for one now, please. Cool. Well, Shelly Jelly, come check us out this Thursday, the 22nd.
Yeah.
Check out Alienware.com, and you just might be your lucky day.
Yeah, it might be a lucky day. We're not saying anything, but we're saying if you're curious about our new laptops, check out Alienware.com on September 22nd.
Yeah. Actually,
Who knows what it could be about?
there's actually some information on the site today.
Yeah.
For those of you that just joined, we've updated our site. We have our new brand look and feel has rolled out. Hopefully you guys love it. If you have questions about it, let us know. Give us your feedback. But this Thursday, you should find some new notebooks available on Alienware.com.
You just went straight for it. I was trying
Yeah.
to be as close as vague as possible. 'Cause it was fun. The fun's gone.
Yeah, so that's cool. So let's see. What does it say there?
Does Europe qualify?
Ah, okay. Good
Or is it
question.
only U.S.?
Good question. So Europe will also be launching these notebooks, but they are
Depending
actually
on the region.
It depends on which country, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to be launching different countries in waves. I believe there's 3 waves for Europe, and they're going to begin launching towards the first week of October.
Yeah, and I think
So-
it's supposed to be mid-October.
Yeah.
All the waves should
Right.
be
Yeah.
out. So
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So if you order one in the U.S., in September, or you order one in Europe, the point is these notebooks are going to be shipping all around the world in October.
Scotland
So-
might be in the first wave
Yeah, yeah.
because
Sure.
the greater
That
that area.
UK, yeah.
I don't know what you
We
would call
do-
it. Is it UK? Is
I'm
it
not up to
Scotland
speed.
part of
I'm
the
not up
UK?
to speed with
I don't
the
know.
actual.
You guys do too many votes and stuff, and I don't know what's going on anymore. Basically, if you're close to Britain,
Oh look, we have an educated Meowlander.
yeah. Or
What's
what
Alienware's
if-
plan for Cannon Lake? Well, I can't tell
can't
you guys
say anything.
everything.
Yeah.
But hey, good. It's good to hear that you guys are excited for new
Yeah.
tech.
Look, you didn't even know that the 15 to 17 were happening until you saw PAX.
Yeah.
You didn't know that stuff was happening. You didn't know the 13 release date until you checked out our community engagement channels. So maybe this is probably the best place to find out things, but not too early.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So Cannon Lake's far out, actually. Yeah.
It's pretty far out, man.
So Mjolnir knows a thing or two about Intel.
Yeah.
What else do we say?
Haha.
Message deleted.
Just call it
Haha.
Great Britain.
Great Britain. We'll call it Great Britain.
They don't want to talk about politics. All right, we're just not going to talk about politics,
Yeah.
man.
I'm not into politics either.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff. Makes me sad, makes me angry.
Yeah, because, we could be, having a great vibe and then
And
suddenly
then all of a sudden I'm like, you
politics
know what
come
I
in.
don't like? I don't like that you can choose to have chocolate ice cream. I don't think you should have that option.
That hat looks amazing on you, man.
Thank you. I keep looking at myself in the reflection in the table. I'm like, I look pretty good in this. I have one at home. My daughter, no, wait, never mind. It was in the car.
Okay. Okay, what happened in the car? Umar, do you want to tell us?
They know what happened to the car.
Okay.
They asked me,
Okay.
yeah, what's the update on the car? The update is,
Oh, the car.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, the car.
Yeah,
Do you
the
have
car.
dreams? Do you have dreams about it?
I had a dream about it last night. I like woke up in the morning. I'm like, dude, it'd be great if my car was there. And guess what? There was a snake outside my house instead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude. And when I went back to go like catch it,
That's gotta be like good luck. So, in some mythology.
some country, some place,
Somewhere.
Satanism. It's good to find a snake. I guess.
Hopefully that's not the case. You're scaring me, man. Oh my God. That'd be horrible. What other questions do we have?
The site looks nice, except you still got the old Dell website after you click on build yours. Look, man, we know. But good job on the site.
Yeah, good job on the site. Thanks. Man, I can barely read it.
Yeah, it's because his name's in yellow.
Fried beans.
Fried
beans.
beans.
Fried beans.
He's fried beans, like people, human beings. I just came here. Is there anything about the laptops happening on September 22nd? Yeah, check out Alienware.com and see.
Come to Alienware.com on the 22nd on Thursday, and you'll learn
about stuff that is potential
about
to
these
happen,
notebooks,
about these notebooks,
and what configurations we'll have available for sale as well.
Yeah.
So lots of excitement happening over the next week. And
over the next week, the next 2 days.
Next 2 days, yeah.
We're making it seem like the 22nd is a distant time. It's not.
Yeah.
Because Tuesday's almost over. So what else? So the 15 can use up to the 1070 graphics card,
That's right.
right? And it uses DDR4 memory.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And does it use the K processor? Is the K
Yeah.
processor
So we'll
an
actually
option
have
on
an i5, an i7, and an i7K.
Okay.
Now you mentioned memory. If you get an i5, then it'll run at 2133. The memory will run at 2133. If you get an i7 or an i7K, then there's 2400 megahertz memory.
Yeah.
Which is will deliver more performance. And then the i7K will have it dynamically overclocked up to 4.1 gigahertz, which is pretty awesome. So lots of performance there. That is a Skylake-based technology.
Yep.
But there's lots of really great tech all around the system. So for example, our Ethernet jack is actually manufactured by Killer Networks.
Yep, Killer Networking.
And then our wireless is also Killer Networking. So you have Killer Networking all throughout the system. And then their software is pretty awesome.
That double shot software,
That
right?
double shot software, yeah. It will prioritize your gaming stream over anything else.
Yeah.
Right? So, if you're hooked up on Ethernet, but you also have wireless turned on, it'll make sure that the gaming packets run through the Ethernet to make sure you have the least amount of ping possible, which is pretty cool. We also have Thunderbolt 3 on the back on a Type-C connection, which is pretty sweet.
Such a versatile port. Just so versatile. All the things it can do.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, it could also do DisplayPort. You can run that as a DisplayPort.
Yep, it does. It has 2 bandwidths, which is data and display.
Yep. Or you could use it as another USB 3.0 port, which is pretty sweet too. And that's along the back. But we also have, you'll be able to connect basically any modern monitor on this machine because you have a mini DisplayPort, you have an HDMI port, and then you also have the Thunderbolt port. So you're pretty much covered if you get a new panel.
Now it's being asked here, and I didn't really test it because I don't really deal with touchpad gestures on the notebook, but are there more touchpad gestures outside of scrolling?
That's a good question. So it's not going to be native to our Command Center software, but I think there are third-party apps out there that allow you to do that kind of thing.
Okay.
So we could do more homework on that, and
I just never use the touchpad.
But I never
don't really look into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, my knowledge comes from my first-hand experience with the products and stuff like that. I just don't use the touchpad.
Yeah. What else do we got?
PCIe, and then an Apple sad face.
What's that?
It's a very
by
disconnected
4
thing.
PCI.
By 4 PCIe, which is,
Well,
I
actually-
guess we're talking about the graphics amplifier.
Yeah, sure. So there's also a port here for a graphics amplifier,
Yeah,
which uses a PCIe. It's a Gen 3 by 4 port,
yeah.
which is awesome because it'll give you dedicated bandwidth, and I believe it's up to 40
Simply for-
gigabits per second,
yep.
which is similar to a Thunderbolt, but Thunderbolt actually
Has 2 bandwidth channels, data and display.
yeah, and it shares that bandwidth. So with Thunderbolt, you're actually sharing your bandwidth. With the
Yeah.
graphics amplifier port, it's dedicated. So
Yeah.
you'll always have that full bandwidth available for that desktop graphics card.
Yeah. Command Center doesn't support native touch gestures anymore. Could have sworn it did on my laptop.
Yeah. So there's a question there. How come 15-inch didn't come with the 1080? Okay. Well, it all comes down to
Size and
thermals, right, and
thermals, yeah.
size. So the 1080 requires support for up to 180 watts.
Yeah.
So the actual thermal module that you would need to put into the 15-inch for that 1080 would have grown the size of the notebook. So you'd have a really chunky, really big, or really fat
Yep.
15-inch notebook, and I don't know that.
That's what I explained to people. They said,
People
why
would have
can't you
loved
put
it.
the 1080 in the 13?
Right.
Are you kidding? And that form factor, a 13-inch, you'd have like a
Yeah.
fat freaking block that you're walking around
Yeah,
with.
and also think about like when you look at the LCD, right? Think about the size of the bezel. So
Yeah.
if you had to increase the size this way, then the bezel here is going to increase as well.
Yeah.
So if you had a 15-inch with a bigger thermal module than the one we have in here, you're going to have all sorts of like big,
Weird dimensions.
big
and stuff
dimensions
like,
that I don't know you guys would have liked too much.
yeah.
So that's definitely something to think about. What else?
Nothing
Okay.
else really.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to stop for a moment as Leonard awkwardly walks in. Yeah, you shoved your crotch pretty much right into the dead center of the camera.
Yeah.
So the 15, it has K-Proc options,
Yeah.
DDR4 memory, at different, obviously at different levels, depending on the processor that you go with.
Yeah.
And what else is unique about it? Does it use M.2 SATA, PCIe?
It does. Yeah, it definitely does. So, hey, Leonardo, no big deal. It's all good. Yeah, so we're actually going to support a bunch of different options from a storage perspective, and all of these units at their base pricing and their base configuration will have a 1 terabyte traditional hard drive. But then every other option that you opt into will have an SSD and a storage drive. So you'll be able to have the performance of your SSD or an actual large traditional drive. And then the SSDs will come in different sizes, but we will use PCIe SSDs. So those are incredibly fast.
Yeah.
And actually, guys, I'm gonna take just a little second. If you guys are trying to figure out how to spend your money when buying one of these machines, if you guys haven't tried an SSD before, I would recommend you did, because I think
The unsung hero of performance.
Exactly.
That's what I call the hard drive, man.
and actually, I actually opted into that
Yeah.
phrase because I've stolen it time and time again.
It's cool.
Because it's so legit.
Yeah.
Getting an SSD will change your life altogether.
And I think I did a video, I don't remember which video I did it in specifically, but I did show the difference between solid state,
Yeah.
PCIe, and M.2 and all that, like the speeds between them. And PCIe solid state is pretty quick. How many butts?
How many butts?
Who knows? There could be so many. Oh, this is from somebody else. Oh, will it support the Razer Core external graphics amplifier? I don't know. I think that's really on Razer's end, adding support.
I think, you'd have to add support, and I don't know if you'd want that, if you'd want them, because I don't remember how much their amplifier is, or if they even call it an amplifier.
Is not,
Do they call it an amplifier?
I think they
don't
just
call it an
call it the
amplifier, the
Razer
Razer
Core.
Core,
They just
yeah.
call it the external graphics enclosure or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And
Our amp is actually now
cheaper.
at $200, which is way cheaper than
Yep.
that Razer Core.
yeah,
It's only $200. Ships fast. We have units available. It supports any dual wide full length graphics card, except for the dual GPU ones. So you won't go that high, but it'll support a 1080, for example, a desktop 1080.
Yeah.
And then it also has the 4-port hub, so that when you plug in that one cable, you could get the advantage of that desktop GPU and also hook up to all the displays that will connect into that thing. Yep, it's actually $199, so you get to save a buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, they're asking for the weight. We just don't know
Yeah.
the weight off
I
the top of
mean,
our head. I mean, you'd have to log into.
I could literally log into my workstation and get the weights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
yeah.
they could,
They're not bad.
wait 2 days.
Or you could wait
if
2
you guys
days.
wanna wait
Yeah,
2
the
days for the
22nd
wait.
for sure. Come to alienware.com
I mean,
on the 22nd.
I'm not trying to be a D about it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just like I want everyone to get their their fill in. We don't know the weight off the top
Yeah.
of our head right now.
So Fried Beings is asking about a new design for the amplifier, making it smaller. Well, here's the thing: the amp actually has a power supply unit inside.
Of it, yeah.
Um,
I think it's perfectly designed width-wise
Yeah.
for that power supply.
Yeah.
I don't see any way to really change the design smaller-wise.
Yeah, for sure.
Downsizing it without. You can't really do anything about it. It's the
Yeah,
power
it'd
supply.
be hard to shrink it beyond what it is because you have to fit a dual wide full length graphics card and a power supply. So once you get those two in a box, I don't know that you'd even be able to shrink the amplifier. I mean, it even has a fan,
Yeah.
to cool down the card. Yeah, it'd be tough to make it any smaller. What else is there?
Well, we should move on to the 17, but we can talk about what's there. They're wondering.
Yeah. Well, Shelly's asking about the displays in the top end 17.
That's where I was gonna go for
Okay.
the 17, because she's asking about
Sure.
the 17. Might as well start the discussion on the 17.
Yeah.
The 17, both actually have G-Sync options.
They do. They both will have G-Sync options. Let's talk about the 17-inch first.
Yeah.
So on the 17-inch, when you're gonna pick your LCD option, there's gonna be several. So you're gonna start out with an FHD panel. So it's 1920 by 1080, and that'll be an IPS panel, which is really awesome. The next panel up will also be FHD 1920 by 1080, but you'll get Tobii Eye Tracking technology, which is pretty awesome. And then all the other options include Tobii Eye Tracking.
Yeah.
But after that FHD, there's a QHD with G-Sync. It's a G-Sync enabled display on the 17-inch. And then finally you have the UHD 4K panel.
Yep.
And actually the UHD 4K panel on the 17 is going to have a 100% color gamut. So the actual 17-inch UHD panel is our most premium panel that we offer. It's going to have the greatest array of reds, greens, and blues from any of our
gamut
notebooks.
is great. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's beautiful, beautiful pictures. So you get FHD, FHD, QHD, and UHD for the 17. On the 15, we'll actually have FHD, and we'll have UHD, FHD and UHD. Yeah. What's up?
Just Care being a true G
Okay.
and getting the weight off the experience.
There we go.
page
The
for
experience
17.
page
Yep.
for sure. There you go. 9.74 pounds for the 17-inch.
That's what I thought it was. I was pretty confident it was 9 pounds,
Yeah.
and I think the 15 is 7.4 or something like that.
Makes sense. I was gonna say sub 10, but 9.74 is definitely more accurate.
Yeah.
Any other questions in there? Talk to me about the display.
Yeah. I think
And
we already
also,
answered
what are
what's
you
up
calling
there.
these new gen laptops? R4. So it depends, right? It depends. So we do have an R4 and an R3, right? So it depends on which one of them you're looking at.
Are we just going with the new revision? Is it going to be like the 17
17
R5
R4, yeah.
or
So the
R4?
R's aren't really part of the marketing name, so to speak.
No, it's not,
just
because it's for like warranty, line item
warranty,
kind of stuff. Yeah.
service, support, so that when you call for support, if you have to call for support, then they'll know, oh, okay, it's this one, it's this revision
Yeah.
number, which is pretty neat.
I have a top of the line Alienware 17 R3 with the graphics amplifier with a 1080. Any reason for me to upgrade? Well,
You know,
I think that the graphics amplifier is a perfect case. Like, that is the perfect case for the graphics amplifier. Well, notebooks, uh, they tend to not have that great of a lifespan because of being able to upgrade your graphics
Right.
or it's really hard to find notebook parts out
Yeah.
there in the wild generally. And the graphics amplifier allows people to have that greater longevity of their system. And you being able to put in a 10 series card in your graphics amplifier proves that case itself. As new
Yeah.
cards come out, you're able to use those new graphics on your system.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be like if I were in your situation, I wouldn't be in a hurry. Now the new one does offer some new features. So you do have eye tracking, Tobii eye tracking, which you don't have with the R3. It's also the different industrial design. So the different the hinge forward design, the thinner platform, the materials, right? So we use magnesium alloy, we use copper, we use steel. It's just we have an anodized aluminum on the LCD cover. So it depends what's important to you. But I think if you have a top of the line 17R3 with a graphics amplifier and a 1080, you got a pretty solid machine right there. So that depends, what kind of how you shop, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably stay because I think that's an awesome setup.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, get it, man, get it. No, that's an incredible setup that you have right there.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Doesn't look like it will be easier to upgrade RAM and the hard drives on the 17. Can you confirm?
Actually, it will be easier. So they actually changed the way that you take apart the bottom door. It's actually way more intuitive than the previous gen notebooks. And when you open it, you'll notice that the RAM and the solid state drives are very accessible. They're literally just right there. So it actually will be very easy to upgrade those parts on the next generation
And they should
notebooks.
expect to see a video on how to do that through our services channel.
Yeah.
When the systems do go live.
Sure. Now it says, do the new laptops offer a headphone amplifier? What do you mean by headphone amplifier?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would know that term.
Yeah.
I've never really heard the term headphone amplifier.
I haven't either.
I've never seen one, and I actually tested like 17 different headsets.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe I'm just getting maybe the term is different or whatever I looked at.
Sure. I mean, there are
We have the
two
standard.
3.5-inch jacks.
Yeah.
And they are retaskable, so you could actually, if you have headphones, you can plug them into either one, and through software you can toggle how you want it to operate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is neatly, we do have the iconography on the system where one
The
is
standard, yeah. This
one's
is
meant for a
this is
headset,
mic.
and the other one's meant for a mic. I also didn't mention it, but we also have a USB Type-C connection right over here. That's a 3.0 port, but it is one more USB port. So very clean. Most of the ports are on the back, except some of the USB and the 3.5-inch jacks on either side.
Oh, it makes it louder. Some headphones have a resistance and need them.
That's
Actually, is that something that's available on the Alienware Sound Center? The Alien Sound Center?
So Alienware Sound Center is a new software that we're rolling out with these machines. And it has some of the usual functions that you would expect to find on audio software. You find, you can set up different profiles so that you can tweak the way the sound comes out of the machine. But there's a new feature in there that we haven't had in the past, which I think is pretty cool. And we're calling it Audio Recon. So Audio Recon is a software that is enabled for many games, and we have a list. It's enabled for many games, and actually if you take, for example, a first-person shooter that supports Audio Recon technology,
Yeah.
while you're actually in-game, you'll have a mini-map on the screen, and the mini-map will tell you if there's a sound. So for example, if you hear something
Something
like
coming from the
from the
right-hand
right,
side,
the
yeah.
mini-map will show you where it's coming from. So the mini-map is actually going to tell you where sound is coming from, and that's what our
In regards to power.
Recon software is going to be all about, and that's a feature of the Alienware Sound Center.
I'm not really sure if it has that feature. Yeah.
So I think the question is, what is the impedance at the headphone jack?
Yeah.
That is a pretty awesome question. I don't know the answer.
I don't have the answer.
Yeah, I don't have
for
that spec.
Yeah.
I don't have that spec available. But how do you do follow-up questions at Q&A?
I mean, if they just send me a question on Twitter, or
Okay.
if they ask again within chat, like I can.
That's good. Yeah,
like,
we can go
yeah,
chase it. Yeah. So
yeah.
if you tweet at Umar,
Yeah,
then
at AW_Umar. Couldn't do all Umar together.
oh man,
Yeah, because it's Umar.
Umar.
It's probably some like Middle Eastern dish or something like that. So.
Oh man, yeah. So if you really need to know, just tweet at Umar, and then we'll go find the answers.
Yeah.
We'll go deep. We'll go deep spelunking for that engineering data.
Yeah. Thanks, Wickerman.
Okay.
So the 17 actually has a huge difference between the 15 and the 17 because of the experience that you get with the 17. Like we spoke about earlier, it has Tobii Eye Tracking, which also integrates well with Windows Hello, which is available on the 17. And the Tobii Eye Tracker, as you saw earlier, I mean, we did 3 hours of it. Adds a different experience to your game and the way that you function around your Windows operating system. But the 17 definitely has a lot more features outside of that. We also have the numpad on the keyboard.
So there's actually there's 19 keys that you could actually program.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you how you get 19. So there's actually 4.
You knocked your.
Yeah.
It's just. It
I
happens,
am.
man.
It happens, right?
It's gonna be okay.
So there's 4 macro keys above the numpad right over here. That's 4 keys you can customize to run any macro you want. And then along the side over here, there's actually 5 more. But these 5 can toggle for 3 different commands each. So that's 15 plus 4. That's 19 macro keys that you could have programmed at any given time for this actual system right here.
And it has multiple lighting zones, right? So there's different lighting zones specific for the macro keys. They're their own lighting zone.
That's right.
The numpad's its own lighting zone. There's a lot of different things that you can customize in there. Our software, Alienware Command Center, allows you to go from solid lights. You can have a solid lighting. It's not just one color. You don't just pick red and the whole thing can be red. You could do that if you'd like to. But each individual zone can have a different color. So you can be a little patriotic with your keyboard, a little red, white, and blue. And with Tobii Eye Tracker, you can actually activate the lights on your keyboard by looking at the different zones, and those LEDs will shine as you look at those keys.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool feature. Imagine while you're gaming, the lights can be turned off, but then when you look down to look at your keyboard, your keys turn, they light up. And actually, if you look at, if you stare at, one of the zones towards the left, only that one will turn on, and then as you look to the right, as you sweep with your gaze, the zones will turn off and then on and off and on and off and on.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. It's really, really cool tech.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the keyboard. The keyboard's awesome, actually. This keyboard is guaranteed to 10 million keystrokes.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. I saw a video that someone took with like a handheld
Yeah, it was just
old
something
camera.
at the factory just to show proof of concept.
At the factory,
yeah.
and they actually have like notebooks on these machines that it's a machine that's just constantly pressing the keys, like really, with a certain amount of pressure, but over time, and they do that to calculate the fail rates, and we have actually proven that we'll guarantee our keyboards up to 10 million keystrokes.
And let me tell you something. You mentioned that at PAX, and you mentioned it in a couple calls before. I was just like, whatever, man, because laptop keys, they come out. Like, it's like a given thing that it happens.
Yeah.
But in the past 2 generations, this generation, past generation, I haven't seen that issue really occurring. And I have to say, our keyboards are very solid. We put a lot of investment behind our keyboards. It's 2.2 millimeter travel time and key rollover, and just the durability of the keyboard itself. A lot of notebook keyboards just suck. They're just bad. But these are actually really solid. They're really good. I think they're some of the best. And looking at that question about previous generation, I don't have a previous generation 17 around. I do have, I guess it would be
the 15.
It's the current generation. I have a current generation 15 to go.
We have we have that rubber dome architecture that just makes the way it feels on each key unique. That long travel is really neat. We have like a back plane underneath the whole keyboard that
Actually,
gives you
where did I put my
uniform
laptop?
feedback. Put mechanical keyboards on your laptops. Well, we're not there yet, but I think this is as
It'll
far
make
as
it
you can
really
get.
thick. It'll
Yeah.
make it really
If
thick.
we had a mechanical keyboard, it would be a very different design. Yeah, it would be a very different design, and the notebook would get much thicker. But there
This
you go.
is a previous, well,
Can you
current
guys see that?
generation 15 against the other one. I'm going to move the camera so
Okay.
they can see.
Going on an adventure.
Yeah. So let me see if I can see up. Okay. So over here we have current generation. Over here we have previous generation. As you can see, it is smaller
For sure.
thickness-wise compared to the current generation 15. I guess let's put it on top and let's show the difference. Whoop.
Yeah. So the new Gen 15 is
Yeah.
wider. It's kind of like it has like bigger hips or
Yeah.
something.
It's got those birthing hips, you know?
But it's definitely thinner
Yeah.
than
I
the
guess
previous one.
that's as good as I can get, I guess, moving the camera with my hand. But yeah, the 15, the current generation one, slightly slimmer. Definitely, grabbing the 2, like you said earlier, this one is so much more solid compared to our current generation 15.
Yeah, and I think that's because of the materials and the build, and really the optimization of space. Like the engineers really took advantage of every square, I don't know, centimeter, unit volume on the new machines, and they are full. There's no air in there at all. It's just constant use of that space. And then we used materials like anodized aluminum, magnesium alloy, copper, and steel to make sure that it has that rigid kind of feel, right? So think about the rigidity behind this notebook. I am trying to flex this notebook with both my hands, and it's hard, right? So it's a very solid unit. It's a very solid piece of technology, right? It's not a plastic toy. It's not a cheap construction. This hinge itself has a certain amount of torque that just, to me, feels like a really high quality device, right? We do put a lot behind the torque. We want to make sure that, when gamers, around the world, hold their Alienware notebook, that they can be proud to show it off, to show it to their friends, and just, know that they bought into a quality device.
Yeah.
Got some questions.
Could I do the same for the new 15, 17? I don't know what you want me to do the same. The camera that I just did, that was for the new 15 and the current generation 15.
I think he wants the new 15 and 17.
Side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
think
can
that's
do
what
that,
he
man.
wants. Yeah.
I love moving cameras around. That's not even me being sarcastic. I like showing people a better point of view. Look at my butt right now. I don't know you guys want to see that. It's beautiful.
So
It's a beautiful sight. God
that's
gave
a
it to
side by
man.
side.
Yep.
And that jelly bean on the table is calling my name.
Yeah. Actually, let's put it in the middle. Scale for size. You know?
Oh, cool.
Right there.
Maybe we'll start using a jelly bean.
beans instead of bananas.
Okay, I'll try to get my crotch out of
No,
view.
that's what people want to see. Okay, so yeah, this is 15 over here, 17 over here, right? Is that what I'm?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah. So you can see let's move this jelly bean just so we can show thickness. Actually, let's do it this way. Those are moving sounds. Don't know if you knew that. Let's do tip to tip. And as you can see here, not that much thickness difference between the two. This is the 17 over here, 15's over here. Still very light, very thin. I mean, yeah, what else do you want to see? Actually, chat's right here. We should do special editions like Warcraft or League. We used to do skins a lot. Remember that?
That's cool. Yeah, I know.
Now we do skins as like a third-party thing because people
Yeah.
customize their stuff a lot. Um,
I've actually got.
we had like the alpha. I think was the best for custom skins because people
Yeah.
would do that at like events and stuff.
It'd be cool. I'd love to hear from you guys what kinds of special editions you'd love to see.
Yeah.
If you guys have like any special requests, or if you guys have like certain skins or designs that you'd love to see in the notebook, I'd love to hear that stuff, because I could always talk to our product teams and to our design teams and see what kinds of things we can come up with. So if you guys ever have special requests like that, please let's get them through. I'd love to hear about them.
Yeah, we always want to hear what people have to say. We're not like some big corporation that's like blind and
So
not listening to what you guys have to say. We brought back the 18 for people with
So-
980 SLI. We put in a graphics amplifier in the alpha because people asked for it. And
So Shelly was asking if the grills were different between the two 15 and the 17. I'm not sure what you mean by the grills, but the two systems are very similar, except that the 17 is obviously wider. So you're going to have a wider set of vents towards the back of the machine.
so this is the front with the monitor up. And I guess we will turn it around for the back too. And let's see what they mean about the design in the back. From what I'm seeing, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
The grills look exactly the same. So let's actually get a little close-up of the grills.
We actually have the same ports on both systems. And then on both of them, you have exhausts on either corner pointing back. On the bottom of the machine, that is an intake. And then towards the sides, those vents move air in and out of the system as well. So that's 5 total vents on the 15 and the 17. You'll notice that the two notebooks do have the same alien head, the same designs. The hinge is forward on both of them. On this 17, you'll notice there's a little piece of material here. That's actually a part of the Tobii Eye Tracking device. So we actually had to incorporate that piece there to make sure the whole thing would work out.
Alienware and Old Spice. Who knows? Maybe we might be talking to Terry Crews.
Okay.
Now that he's into PC gaming. All right. So I got that set up. All right, we can go back over there.
Yeah. What would it be if we had, with Old Spice? Look at me. I'm on a horse with my Alienware. Like, would that be the line?
Identical twin grills look pretty much the same. Yep, there they are.
Shelly, you missed the side, the triangle lighting zone. Well, we did add lighting on the sides, which if you saw it, you might just think it is awesome. I mean, anybody who will walk up to you and actually, you want to power them up?
Yeah, we'll just power it up. Hopefully they have battery because these have been traveling.
Yeah, hopefully they have some charge.
Yeah, let's
And
put them
you
like.
guys will be
Oh,
able
look
to
at that
see.
red.
Yeah, the
The red on that one's
The
pretty.
red is pretty
intense.
sweet. So how do we capture it on the camera? It's tough to see. Well, we're in a
Yeah,
pretty
because
we're in a
this
very lit room,
Yeah.
and you can still see it in the
Oh,
on the
this
camera.
one went dark because of performance. I got it.
So this 17 with red, it looks
turn
like
off the lights.
it looks like a saber.
I know Anna's scared of the dark. Don't freak out.
Are we okay, guys?
Too spooky. It's still too light because that one emergency light's
Oh
on.
yeah, it's an
Damn it!
emergency light.
Ah, how about we? Stupid emergency light. Anyway, it's really bright in front of us. But, yeah, it's not really, dude, this thing's like out of battery. This system's been in on an adventure.
Oh look, that blue looks sweet, and it looks good on the camera right now. But it turned off, didn't it?
Yeah, it has like no battery. This system's juiced out. This was being used for VR earlier, so I'm just gonna turn it off. Sleep now, sweet prince. Yeah, the logo has an LED. We are using the new font on the Alienware thingy. Hey, that's really freaky, dude, because it has like Tobii. You see, it does like evil eyes
Oh, it
on
does.
camera.
Yeah, it's like the
It
evil
doesn't-
eyes.
Yeah, it does not. It's not doing that in front of us. It's not doing it in front of us. It's just
Yeah, it's
on
just 'cause of the
camera,
angle. It's kind of
yeah.
like, yeah, it's like those pictures you take where you have red eye and you look like a demon.
yeah.
Well, that's doing the
I
same.
don't even see these lights.
the
I'm
same
looking
trick.
at it.
Yeah,
I
so
guess it's just on camera.
so those purple lights down there, that's not real.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that.
That's a weird camera thing that's going on.
Yeah.
But that is what the Tobii Eye Tracking is. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll answer a couple more questions that you guys have. I think we went over, dude, we went over a lot.
did.
You got here at 4. It's 5:19.
I know.
Like, that was a lot to talk about. Who
I
thought
know.
we could talk so much about computers?
I don't know. I don't know.
How could that happen?
Yep.
Most cameras can see IR. Yeah, I know. But it's super creepy, isn't it? Look at it. It's like evil.
The
just
evil
staring
eye of
at you.
doom.
Yeah.
It is. But even in that shot, you can still see the lighting on the sides. I mean, look at over here on the camera. You can see this whole edge in bright red. So the lighting on the sides is freaking awesome.
Yeah. I really
Look.
wish like we could get this room darker to show the lighting, because the lighting is bright.
Look, now the Tobii Eye Tracking is blinking.
Yeah, now it's blinking. I mean,
That's amazing.
it's not when you look at it, but
Yeah. That's a camera thing.
and the
Camera reveals there is real magic in Alienware 17 and Tobii devices. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's revealing.
Sure. Yes.
Ancient superstitions. I see the
StarCraft
B face of the
Inspired.
15. The B face, I guess.
A StarCraft inspired chassis would be nice, though.
I'm assuming you
StarCraft
mean this, 'cause this is the
graphics
B
pretty
panel.
slim.
I can't turn it
Can you
on
see the
'cause
B
it's
face
dead.
of the 15? There's this one. Yeah. And actually, you'll notice on the 15, I just tipped it back and that exposed the camera up here. So all of our cameras on our systems support the new Windows Hello technology. So that's actually built into Windows 10.
Yeah.
But the whole idea is that it has an IR sensor, and it'll actually use your face as a biometric. So when you come up to the machine, instead of having to punch in a password, it can just look at you and know that you are you, and then let you into your system, which is kind of neat.
How about this, Shelly? So we don't stream on Wednesdays, and we will be streaming on Thursday, but that's pretty much 9/22, and that's where you go to Alienware.com and you see stuff. If you want a gameplay demo, I am taking this 17 that Eddie brought over from Miami. I'm going to be doing performance on it. I'm going to be using it for a product walkthrough video.
Yeah.
But pick a game. Pick a
have-
game, and that's the game that I will do, and I'll try to have it up tomorrow, so it's up before Thursday. And it'll be the game just for you. Please pick something on Steam or a Blizzard game, because I am not going to go buy something on Origin.
Blizzard.
I don't have the budget for that. My budget's on Steam.
So they're asking about, will we have them at TwitchCon?
Will we have them at TwitchCon? I don't
Are we at
think,
TwitchCon?
I don't think that we have. We are going to be at TwitchCon. I don't think that we have ordered these systems.
Yeah.
Like at PAX West, when we do product announcements, these are like engineering samples. These are as close as we can get to customer facing. Obviously, the system's not live yet.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think that we would have that ready at TwitchCon.
Sure. Okay. On sale date this Thursday, the 22nd. So come to Alienware.com, check it out. It's going to be pretty awesome. Actually, our site has already changed, so if you guys just joined the chat, go check out Alienware.com. We've revamped the site. If you guys have any feedback, or you guys just want to tell us how awesome it is, let us know. We'd love to hear that feedback as well. So that's cool.
Yeah. I'm only going to do legit games, Kenneth. I'm not going to do Barbie and her sister's puppy rescue. It's not going to happen. Like pick something performance like a real
I
performance.
mean, he is Kenneth, right?
Yeah, but like
Kenneth Barbie.
yeah, but I'm not going to
Right. I know.
I'm not even going to humor the idea.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with,
I know there's nothing
I'm
wrong
just gonna
with
leave
playing
that there.
There's nothing wrong with playing a Barbie game. I played the Barbie race car game or whatever it was on the NES.
Alienware says, how much is it? So we'll have the Alienware 15 available at $13.49, and the Alienware 17 at $14.99. Oh, he's talking about puppies.
I wanted to know how much the puppy rescue was.
Wait, is that you? Oh, I didn't know it was you.
Sorry. But yeah, that's a good point.
Umar, look at the games. Okay.
So
Puppies.
anyway, I guess I'll be doing a video using Battlefield or something like that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Like I would do a game like obviously if I'm gonna put it on YouTube, it's got to be a game that people actually watch.
Yeah.
You know, I can't just do that. No one's gonna
Yeah,
look at the
none of that.
video, and then you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen,
Maybe
you
they
guys.
want you to. Maybe they want you to bring puppies into your videos.
My director's gonna come up to me and they're gonna say, "You wasted your time and company money making this video," and I'm gonna be like, "Sorry, dude. It only got 200 views. I'm sorry." Sandbox Simulator. I don't know if people like look at that. I could do the Doom campaign.
Yeah.
I could do Doom. Hell yeah. There. PlanetSide 2 can shred some systems. Probably
Do
because
you
it's
ship
slow.
Alienware to Europe?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Yes, we do. And these notebooks will be available in
And
Europe as
notebook.
well. They're going to be launching in different countries in different waves. So,
Bless
Woo!
you.
Excuse me, guys. That must have been really loud on the mic. My bad. But anyway, yes, Europe will be shipping these notebooks in October, and you'll see them roll out in different countries. So the first countries in Europe will be the UK, Germany, and France.
Yep.
And then I think the Netherlands, Denmark, and then there's different countries, there's different waves. But throughout the month of October, EMEA will have their full EMEA support.
Yep.
What is it called? The country ship to list for EMEA will be supporting these notebooks.
Yep. I could do Overwatch, I guess. Root you POS, man. Yeah, I hate Overwatch.
I think
I only play it like
I
with
thought
friends.
you loved Overwatch.
No, I play it with friends. I don't like Overwatch. I like working with my friends in the game. I like playing with them. I just don't like Overwatch. I think it's a bad game. I honestly think it sucks.
At PAX, I think everyone was talking about Overwatch.
Everybody was
person.
talking about it. Yeah. Yeah. I really hate it. But the VR experience is a game you should play. That way you can show us the VR capabilities of the system as well.
I've never heard of that game actually.
If Butts is a VR experience, if it is real, I'll make it work. I will filter the video as mature.
Yeah.
That way
Okay.
you know that if you're getting in here, you're going to
So
watch
you'll,
virtual reality Butts.
You'll censor it, like you'll have like a black thing covering the bad stuff.
Yeah. No. I mean, if it's mature, they can see butts. You can see stuff on YouTube, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a subreddit called.
All
Well,
right.
I guess I'll talk about it when we turn off our mics. But there's a subreddit that has links to videos on YouTube that show everything.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's art.
Well, hey, check it. Shelly is really about you using the Doom campaign.
Yeah, I can do Doom campaign or a newly released game. I could do both. Depends what I get to tonight. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, I think I can do something tonight. And then get it out tomorrow.
What about the keyboard? Is it going to be with Nordic keyboard? That's a good question. I know that we do make several variations for the keyboard, especially in Europe. But I'm not certain if there's a Nordic specific keyboard. What you can do is after the stream, you can tweet at Umar, and we can go chase that
We
answer
can
down. That's a
find
pretty.
out with our European
That's an easy one.
counterparts.
Yeah, that's
Hey
an easy one.
guys,
Yeah,
Nordic keyboard, yes or no?
yeah. Even with the core team, they should know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll take the last round of questions if you guys have questions. 'Cause we are almost at an hour and 30 minutes
Wow,
talking
I
about
can't believe
computers,
it.
dude.
I know.
It's a beautiful thing. It's gonna look
It's
good,
pretty
and
cool.
they'll check the website on Thursday, like you said. Yep. Later, Shelly. Thanks for coming by and checking that out. But before you go, Shelly, there's a bean here.
All right.
So let's find out what this bean
It's
could be.
orange, and I usually do go for orange flavored
It's-
candy.
Neither of them are orange, so it's
flavored.
either barf or peach.
It's barf or peach.
Barf or peach.
All right, let's figure it out. It's barf. It's barf.
Yeah, it is, Eddie. You okay?
That won't get out of your teeth for at least 2 days.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty bad.
I don't want it anymore. Come on, spit it out.
No, you're not allowed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Oh, it stinks. It stinks. I can smell it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can
All
smell
right.
it.
I'm gonna have to.
Ugh, dude, it's so gross.
I hope you don't have any meetings.
It's in my hand, and I don't have any more meetings today except I was gonna have dinner with a friend, but
Fuck.
do you want to go to dinner with me, Umar?
No, Eddie. I'm gonna go home and hug my
All right,
children.
I have a jelly bean here. I promise I do. It's kind of
Oh, your breath is so bad now. Go. Stop.
bad.
Go to.
This is real.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
pass
bad,
out.
dude. You should go to the freaking. You should definitely go to the vending machine and get something that.
Like I feel like there's like saliva buildup in my mouth
Oh, you're gonna taste it.
because
You're gonna taste it
it's
for a
trying
while.
to eject. It's trying to eject what's going in, what's in there. Ugh. Yes. Thank you for the counter. 2-1.
It is so bad, dude. I'll
Okay.
eat one with you.
No, I
You know,
seriously
don't
have
want-
to. I
don't
seriously
want-
have to spit. I can't swallow the saliva.
I'll pick one.
It's like the saliva is just like
You
building
pick
in
the
my
color
mouth.
for me. You want me to pick the same color you got, so maybe I could get barf too? You
Get
want me to
the
do
get
that?
the yellow one.
Okay, so I'll do this with you.
So it's like
Eddie.
building up in my mouth. Can I spit in
Yeah,
there?
there you go.
It's a garbage
Garbage
can,
can.
Yeah.
You can
all right.
spit in
I'm just
there,
gonna spit,
dude.
you guys. This happened on the stream. First of
Yeah.
all, jelly bean, and then you have to look at this.
So I got an orange one too.
Oh,
We'll see if it's peach or throw
thank
up.
God. Bless you for handing me the garbage. Oh my
did not
God.
make you
Oh my
sound
God. It's in my hand and it looks like barf.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
God,
my God,
Eddie!
it looks like barf in my hand.
Dude, yeah.
It looks like barf in my
You
hand.
want to hear the worst part about the jelly bean?
Can I think,
Hey, dude, I got peach.
you know, this is so gross. I don't feel gross picking a styrofoam box out of the garbage can.
And wiping your hand on
I'm
it.
wiping my hands with it.
You want a tissue?
Yeah, because it's like
Your hand's so
Dude.
stinky! Oh, God, dude.
it's like a zombie. My
I don't
hands.
want to get
It's
anywhere.
like I have a zombie hand. I think I want to even like dry my tongue with this thing. Like I just want to go like.
You need to go get some sort of thick liquid from the freaking vending
Ah.
machine, dude.
Waka
Now
waka.
go see if there's an iced coffee, a fresh one, because that
You
one
know
we
what?
got
You
over
just
there
gotta
watered down.
meditate, and it goes away. Just meditate.
Or get some Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs are good.
Tic Tacs should help.
Just eat
Don't get
anything.
orange Tic Tacs though. Orange Tic Tacs gonna turn. Now you keep breathing on your. Now your hands.
Because I'm trying to like smell my breath. Don't you ever do
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I do that. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
do it like on my mustache, and I lift my mustache close to my nose, and I smell it. And I'm like, that's what my mustache smells like now.
Okay,
You know.
that's awesome.
That's just how I do it, man.
should-
It captures everything and smell it.
I just had a really
like
gro-
watch this. Watch it's gonna be like peach now. Peach.
I had a really gross thought. What if you put like jelly beans all over your beard and just let them marinate there for like a week, and then see what your beard smells like afterwards?
Well, I think that the maggots would eventually dig into my skin at that point. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope
Or
someone.
rub the one Umar will be using later.
I mean,
Hand sanitizer, yes.
There's hand sanitizer.
Milk will make it
outside.
better. Milk solves all. I like milk. I am pro milk. But you know what? Lactose. We're not supposed to consume lactose. I just learned this recently.
Wait, you're lactose too?
No,
No,
we're
no,
not supposed to.
I can eat. No, humans in general. We're not
Yeah.
supposed to consume
Oh,
lactose.
really?
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it. I'll drink normal milk, like regular cow's milk. I actually like a glass of cold milk every now and then, like just cold milk. But anyway, I digress. So come check us out, guys. Alienware.com has a brand new site. Let us know what you think. Give us your feedback. These notebooks will be available starting Thursday. So check out Alienware.com then as well. And then as far as international support for these notebooks, you'll start seeing them coming out
The first
in
week of October.
In October.
Yep. All right, guys. So, yep, that is the end of our tech shop stream. We
Yep.
are going to go away for 5 minutes. I don't know. I guess Anna's going to go do that because she just hopped over there. We're done?
Yeah, it's 5.
It's 5?
Well, 5:30.
5:30.
5:30? Then
in
we're done.
Austin.
Guys, that's it. I was like all Tuesday. That was like
That's
me all
right.
day, aside from Leonard doing Lafayette. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Come back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Wednesday, we're off. We do meetings. The fun stuff of our job is on Wednesday.
Yes.
Then Thursday, we do come back. And also check out Alienware.com on Thursday.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eddie. I'd shake your hand, but I don't want barf. stuff.
Fist bump.
Fist it. Yeah.
All right.
And
Thanks, guys.
yep, that's it. Talk to you guys later.
Take care, everybody.
Later, guys.